Hello there, Uncle Rusty here, and welcome to Stardew Valley Expanded, one of the biggest mods that there is for Stardew Valley. Now, if you have not played this, check out the link in the description below. This is going to be a fun little thing, and we're going to try and, find everything that there is to do in Stardew Valley Expanded. Now, there's a lot different with this particular mod pack, and if you have any mods that you would like to see added to this, let me know. But we're just going to start out fresh here with our little farm. 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to do the standard old thing here of just doing that. Now, Stardew Valley Expanded adds a whole lot of new NPCs, a whole lot of new locations, and a whole lot more stuff for you to do in Stardew Valley that is not part of the base game of Stardew Valley. Now, if you have not played Stardew Valley, you should really try and invest some time in doing that. I am wasting enough energy already, which is not good to start off with. Now, a couple of things, if you have played Stardew Valley and you are playing this mod, there are several things that have changed location, such as the mines, which I'm not a huge fan of when they change the mines, to be quite honest with you, because it kind of interferes with how quick I want to do this. But we're going to do a very relaxed, chilled out session so you can play with. Open up your Stardew Valley once you've got it all modded. If you do struggle, there's some YouTube tutorials and stuff that you could probably go and check out. But this does use Vortex mod, unfortunately. I wish CurseForge or some other mod launcher did exist for this kind of thing, because I feel like it would make a whole lot of much less complications happen. But unfortunately, that is not something we are going to be working on at this very said juncture. Now, the idea is to go and meet a whole lot of people and get our standard farm going, and I need to remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've done any kind of crafting, and I'm just going to focus on getting as much wood as we can. Now, this is going to chow a lot into my energy, which is not fun, but, when you're early on in Stardew Valley, you don't really worry too much about everything and anything, especially energy consumption, because guess what? You're going to be using a lot of energy for a lot of different things in this game. So I started with the standard farm, and I noticed that they did change the expanded farm, but I believe that's another mod that we could probably add. Let me know if you want me to change to a different farm, but for now, I'm just going to stick to the plain old standard boarding. Oh my gosh, he's playing the boarding farm. Oh no, whatever will we do? It's just one of those things. And I'm just going to feel a gauge for this. If you guys enjoy this, let me know. And feel free to subscribe if you are watching and you want to, have a good old time doing this together. So what I'm going to do is let's just get a chest out and just get this chest out early, because very early on, we have a very big lack of storage space. So I'm going to head over to town, and I'm going to show you in and around a little bit. So this is fairly normal, but as you can see, if you open up the map, there's like Sophia's house, the fish shop. There's a whole different area over here. There's a multiplayer area you can open here, but we're not going to explore that. This forest is ridiculously huge. There's the skull cavern. So they do add quite a bit to the game in and of itself. This is also a new tree. So I'm not really 100% sure about that tree, but essentially this is still going to be real weird and real wonderful as we play through Stardew Valley Expanded. So I'm going to make sure I get as much daffodils and stuff like that. Now you do see there is a little path down here. This does not exist in normal Stardew Valley, and look at that. Oh, we found, I have no even idea what I found, but this seems to be blocked, but we can open that eventually, and I believe once we open up some stuff, this takes us, it's the same path that takes us wherever we want to. That's real weird, but that's a different little house. And up here, we still got the playground. We still got the standard thing here. So if you see this, have a good old time. I know there's probably something hiding behind somewhere, but I can't remember all the secrets. Here's a little keg, use these kegs to barrel up wine. Here's the community center, which we cannot open yet. I'm just going to take you through around the whole valley, just so that you can experience this madness together. Nice little pelican statue. Because it's Pelican Town, we cannot access the mines yet. That is still blocked up, but you can see some people's houses are even different. And here's the mayor's house. Oh no, this is someone else's house. This is new. This is Victor. Alright, there you go. And this is Victor's wife, Olivia. You can see new people, they just allow us to walk into their house. It's no big deal. No big deal. Here is Pierre. We do need to go to him because we want to get more seeds. I'm going to start this off early. There's Abigail. We love Abigail. I don't even know who I'm going to romance. I'm going to let you guys decide that. But 1, 2, 3. I'm going to buy as many of these as I can because you can see there's cucumber seeds. Oh, I'm poor. That was a whole lot of money that I just spent there. Oh. Okay, I'm going to sell one of you so I can buy at least one potato spud. Oh, 150 gold for a cucumber seed. Are you out of your mind? There's a Doge. There's the saloon. This is Leah. We like Leah. Leah's cool. Leah's your typical girl next door vibes. Here's Penny. Penny is, you know, chilled out teacher, but going through some stuff. Here's the other two houses that everyone should know about. I forget what the house's name it is. Here's Leah's house with her little yard work going on. Here's the other farm as well. Marnie's little place. And as you can see, if we look here, this is a little bit different than it normally is. So there's a nice little farm patch there that Marnie is busy working on. So you can see she's got scarecrows over there. Oh boy, it's Haley. Yay. Oh, Haley. Fun. Not a big fan of Haley. I don't know how everyone else feels about Haley, but Haley and I, we are not good friends. So if you go up here to the left, you should find the wizard tower, which we can't access just yet. This is still fresh day one, but there's the wizard tower. If we so deem it, the pier is over here. And if we go even further down, we will find the forest. But you can see there's a lot of stuff that has changed. I want to come back and collect that, if I'm honest. So we're probably going to just run around, collect what we need to do, and just get that up and going as soon as possible. Right, so I'm going to try and make a way through here. And the first thing we want to do is we want to get enough money to expand our backpack. So once our backpack is expanded, we can afford to, you know, do a lot more stuff. Now, the standard farm will still have everything that you need. Like your mushroom caves and all kinds of other stuff. But the mines and things work just a little bit differently. Here's our mushroom cave. You can see it's still plain old normal. That's the mushroom cave. Not going to do too much different there. We do have our bowl for eventual, you know, pets that we want to get. And I'm just going to straight up pull that. And I think let's just get the rest of our crops going. And I'm just going to willy-nilly plant. And I know this is going to upset people, but I do have a method to this madness eventually. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 and 2. Oh, I wish I had money for one more seed. I'll probably plant the mixed seed that I have, in all honesty. 1, 2, 3. And 1. And then we'll just get that mixed seed. Bam. And put that here. Boom. And get this watered up. And eventually we'll just get sprinklers. And then I never have to worry about this in my life again. Perfect. That is done. We do want to keep some of these things. So I'm going to keep one of those, and send the rest off to the bin. Just get that little bit of early cash flow in that we need. And what I want to do is, if you look on this map here, this forest is massive. Now, if you do plan to go any kind of foraging, that would be the best place to go. Now, it really doesn't matter if you go down here or if you go down the other path. You still come out the same place. So I feel like this is just another method to madness over here, but we're going to figure out that particular place eventually. So I don't want to be caught out too late. What does my journal say here? Getting started and introduction. Okay, that's fine. I am going to keep something that's not going to get me into too much trouble. And just click on everyone just so that I can meet them without having to, you know. Can you move, please? Thank you. And anything that I might have dropped along the way, I'm probably just going to pick up now. Perfect. So, what can I tell you about this mod pack? This mod pack is big. I will say that it changes quite a bit of Stardew Valley. And if you have not had a chance to play it, and you haven't even played the initial, like, vanilla Stardew Valley, this might be a little bit big for you. So if you do feel like slightly overwhelmed, try get around to Stardew Valley first. If we go around this way, we end up at the Blue Moon Vineyard. We also have some new ideas to sleep on. So in this particular mod pack, you have some recipes that unlock only when you go to bed. And here's the beach. So if I go down this way, we have found the beach. Beautiful. If you see these worms, just slap it down with your hoe and you should be able to find some pretty cool things like clay and stone and everything else under the sun, which is, you know, not ideal in all honesty, but we need to repair this. So we need at least a good 300 pieces of wood. That's fairly easy, simple to farm, which we'll get there. I almost missed these worms, so I'm just going to grab that. Ayy. And remember to keep these artifacts. These artifacts are for the museum. The museum will not be open right now. We will need to go there fairly early in the morning to get that done, but it's not too much of an issue, honestly. Really not too much of an issue. Now, it is 6 p.m., so I don't want to be stuck too long in that forest, but I do want to show you guys the forest. Now, the forest is a massive, massive, massive expansion to this mod pack. And when I say it's huge, I'm not playing when I say this is huge. This is actually just obscene how big this is. I do want that spring onion, so I'm going to get rid of the algae. I probably could have eaten it, but it's okay. You know, you just grab some algae out of your pool and just slap it in your gob. No one? Does no one else do that? Just me? Okay. And you can see they've changed up a little bit here with the waterfalls and things like that. So you'll find it a little bit more difficult to traverse here. You might want to take your scythe and just do things like this. Just clear it out. Now, if you go down here all the way to the left, you should find a pathway just here towards the giant forest. And I do mean this forest is huge. This forest is an actual, like, ridiculousness of huge. And if you can find anything to forage, this is ideally where you want to find stuff to forage. This is where you want to find, like, leeks and things you need in summer. But there are other paths here, so you can see we can break this open eventually to go to another part of the forest. So there's a lot of things that we can do here, but I'm not going to spend too much time. It is 7:50 p.m. And, you know, you still have that little finagling thing of if you are up too late, Stardew Valley will knock you out, send you back to your farm, and then tell you you need to pay the clinic a certain amount of gold because apparently this poor farmer cannot go a 24-hour night shift. I call that weakness because any gamer with their salt would know if you've not done one 24-hour session in your life, you're not doing it right. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not good for your health, but still, you gotta show people your tenacity. All right, perfect. I am just gonna go and run up here, drop everything in the chest that we need to drop, and just go from there. Beautiful. This is fantastic. I'm just going to quickly go here. Come on. Hurry up. And I really do want to clear the farm. If I'm going to be honest with you, the very first thing I want to do is just like clear the farm of all this mess. So I'm going to put this away, put one of each away, and then we don't really need the clam. The reason we keep one of everything is because eventually when we do the, hello, did I not water you? Excuse me. Eventually when we do the community center, which we do want to do, we need to ensure that we have one of everything at least in our community center. I'm just going to, these mixed seeds really do help because you don't know what you'll get. So it means you'll spend less money. And that'll be day one done. I am just going to keep this fire permanently going because why not? Burn my whole house down. There we go. Level 1 foraging. We've got 1 axe proficiency, 3 seeds, and some other stuff, which is wonderful. That's what we want. Look at that. Not a bad amount of gold for day 1. Not a bad amount of gold day 1. But we do have a strategy we want to employ with this particular game. Now, what I normally do is I always tell people check the weather so you can plan your day ahead, and the fortune teller kind of tells you how your day is going to go. Now, that is of no consequence at this section. I keep finding cool stuff. Yes, and then your backpack. And Willie is going to give us our fishing rod, and this is where the first tip of any Stardew Valley, both modded and vanilla, comes in. If you are not farming, you are fishing. Fishing is a great way of making some early income, and you can slam out your community center fairly early, and that's really what you want to do. So eventually what we're going to do is we are just going to focus on getting these crops out. Now I want one of each crop so that once we get the community center thing going, then we're fine. But we also want to forage. Foraging is great. Now I do want to chop this tree down for my own benefit, and I just want to see, is it just purely going to give us wood, or is it going to give us anything else? Come on. I think it's just going to give us wood. Yep. It's just a fancy looking tree. That's all it is. It's just a fancy tree, but it's fine. We like fanciness. We are fancy. You already know. So we're going to go to the beach first, and what I want to do at the beach is, let me just get my fishing rod. There's the barkeep. I'm going to say hello to him. Try not to dig in the dustbins in their sight. Here's the Doge. We can pet the Doge. Oh, Dusty is such a good boy. There we go. Nothing in there. Sometimes the dustbin lids will have something nice, and sometimes they'll have garbage. It depends on your luck. And it depends on what the thing wants to give you. So here, you can go to the beach or to the vineyard. And this is just basically us going to get our fishing rod. He's just going to tell us how to fish. I'm not going to bore anyone with that. I do want to put this here. And why not? We'll go for one old fish. I'm going to show him how it's done. And for those that don't know, you hold down the left click when you reel the fish in. So you want to wait until the bobber goes brr, brr. Now would have been a great time, game. Now would have been a super fantastic time to do it. Like now. Now. Game. There we go. Thank you. And what we'll do is you just keep the bar on top of the fish. That's a big bar. That is way bigger than it normally is, unless I don't remember it being that big. And we caught ourselves a sardine, which oddly enough we do need to take to the community center. So that was a nice little adventure. I love it. Perfect. Okay. So again, if you're not farming, you're fishing, and it adds to your level as well. So make sure that you are fishing as frequently as possible and try and fish in all of the areas of Stardew Valley. Now, you'll see that there's a nice little board here. It's all broken and we can't fix it yet. This will eventually open up for us. And what we can do is we can now, I believe it's 9:30 a.m. We should be able to get in here. Boom. Hello, Gus. How do you do? All right, perfect. How do you do? Gus will tell us to bring some of the artifacts we find, and once we do that, that's cool. But you can see like a nice little honey farm added here, and here's the blacksmith. The blacksmith is going to help us out with a whole bunch of other stuff. There's Clint. Not a big fan of Clint, but I don't know if anyone else feels the same way I feel. And then the Jojo Mod is somewhere up here, if I remember correctly. I don't want to grab this. No. Can I not grab this? Oh, inventory full. That means it's a higher level daffodil. So I'm just going to grab that. Alright, perfect. So there's the Jojo Mod. We don't really care about them. I'm not going to do a Jojo Mod playthrough. I don't feel like going to the dark side today. That's just me. There are some stuff up here as well. You can see there's a nice little bridge here. There's a nice little waterfall going up here. It's gorgeous. This is gorgeous. It really added a lot to this mod pack in and of itself. Now, if we go this way, there's Robin's house. There's the carpenter. So if you want to upgrade your house, that's where you'll go. Here's the homeless man who chooses to live this way. And as you can see, the mines are different. The mines are normally up here, but this is the one gripe I have with Stardew Valley Expanded, is that they change the way the mines work and where the mines sit. Which, if you're fine with that, it's all good and well. If you're not fine with that, you're going to have a little bit of a tough time with what this particular mod pack has to offer. And the reason I have a gripe with it, it's too far. It's too far. You take way too long to get to where you need to by going that way. But that's part of the mod pack. It's part of the experience. So, oh, excuse me? Okay, hold on. What did I just get? What is that? Carrot seeds. Oh, you know. We're definitely planting carrot seeds. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, so that was a new little weed that we saw there. So I'm definitely going to plant me some carrot seeds. seeds. I only got 2, so I don't know why I went crazy there. But that's fantastic. I love it. Alright, we want to keep the sardine. The oyster. If we need one, we'll go look at the beach. I'm going to take this back to Gunther. And what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to clear this farm out a little bit. And I might just do it off camera, but if you guys want to see me clear out the farm and do, you know, weird, wonderful things, you let me know in the comment section. And I will show you the grunt work of Stardew Valley. There's a lot of grunt work when it comes to this particular game. From a natural standpoint of view, even if you just play vanilla, this game is busy. This game is going to keep you busy. This game is going to keep you preoccupied with a whole lot of stuff that you need to do, want to do, have to do. But the nice thing is you don't have to feel like you are over encumbered or overwhelmed. But I would definitely say that Expanded definitely might give you that feeling of, whoa, that's a lot of stuff to do. Now, they have added more things in Stardew Valley Expanded to do other than just the normal try and complete the game kind of deal. And you'll find that there's more stuff in the mod pack than meets the eye. And as you can see here, look at this, beautiful. Just all kinds of cool foraging things that we can grab. And I'm just going to show you how big this forest is. Alright, so if I just go all the way down, I'm going to grab as much foraging stuff as I can. This essentially is the border. You can't really go any further. There is a pathway down here, but there's nothing in there that I've seen. Not yet, at least. But if you go all the way down here, it's just like, look at this. Just overgrown forest kind of deal here. Absolutely huge. Look at this. Just insane amounts of ridiculous. Now, it's a great way to farm up some seeds if you want to. And eventually when you get the skill point, there's like blue grass here that you can get for animals. So you can see like animals can also come and feed here. So that's also pretty cool. But you can see this is huge. Just look at this. It's insane. This whole forest is ridiculously huge. There's a nice little clearing over here. I'm pretty sure this is like an event area or something. Or you have to come here eventually. But you can see this is just one whole big clearing of insanity. Just look at this. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Insanity. I don't have backpack space. I'm gonna munch on a flower. Let's just grab this. Huh? Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted to eat, but sure. Okay. Look at this. Just so much forest that you can find here. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the seeds for now because I don't need them. You can always farm up, you know, mix seeds wherever we want to go. But you can see, like, look how big this forest is. This forest is obscene. And here's like a dead end. Oh, well, I say a dead end, but I can probably get around there. Nah, that's a dead end, I think. Let's see. Oh, maybe not a dead end. I'm also exploring now myself. That's what we're doing here. Oh. Oh my goodness, I found a thing. What? Doesn't look like anyone's home. Well, let me in. It feels like that's a bear cave. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like that's a bear cave. We are not supposed to get maple syrup that early. How am I supposed to get out of here? There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Just get out of the forest. The creepy big forest. The huge forest, even. I stole someone's maple syrup. I'm pretty sure that's a bear that's going to be upset his spaghetti. Visit my farm, eat my crops. In a form of protest. Hello. More things. Look at this. This is a vineyard, by the way. This is a completely ruined vineyard. Look at this. Excuse me? I'm not supposed to be here. Oh, man, what do I get rid of? Ancient doll. And I do believe that that's just wet note. Yeah, talking newspaper. We don't need that. So someone used to live here. The kitchen is completely overgrown. Jojo logo. Look at this. So this is probably a vineyard we can restore for ourselves. And once we've restored it, you can see it. Like, you can make a whole shipping bin area of vineyard. So this will be a great like wine farm area that you can eventually build. So you can see there's more farm types added to it. And here's a signpost just in case you get lost. The Aurora Vineyard. That's what it's called. The Aurora Vineyard. Interesting. Very interesting. Now this obviously goes up there, and I think that will lead to the Wizard Tower or the Sacred Forest, where we can find slimes and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's just how big this particular mod pack is. So if you do, like I said, if you feel slightly overwhelmed, believe me, right there with you. Right there with you. And if you go down here, you should find another house. This is the Hat House. This is where the Hat Cat chills. And the Hat Cat just basically gives you hats. It's really all it's about. And that is just a taste of what Stardew Valley Expanded looks like. Now, Stardew Valley Expanded also has a bit of a different look for the mines. And we will cover that once we have the mine open. But here's the Fairhaven farm. We can go and say hello to the farm owners here and everyone in the Stardew Valley. There's no competition here. We work together. But I will say I'm probably going to be the guy that makes a lot more money than all these nerds do eventually. I don't want to say anything, but they don't have my business savvy skills to even comprehend how much money I'm going to make. But for now, I'm just going to play the good farmer guy until my villain arc opens up. And then they're going to feel it. And then honestly, they're just going to feel it. Sounds horrible to say, but you know, I'm not here to put people out of business. I'm here to put people on notice. And as long as they are noticed, fine by me. Perfect. So we want to keep some of the stuff. I do have one of everything, but I am going to keep the maple syrup. Because we need the maple syrup. We do. We need the maple syrup for something else. Perfect. It's only 8:20. I could probably do with a little bit of cleanup here. Only 8:20. We can go till fairly late, just not ridiculously late. I think that's the big thing. We don't want to go ridiculously, but we want to go late enough that we feel like we've spent our energy proficiently. And that's always the thing with me in Stardew Valley. It's like min-maxing, using your energy to the very best of your capabilities. But you don't have to play like I do. You never have to play like I do. Play how you feel. Play comfortably at your pace. And we'll take this one simple. It's not a speed run. This is not a challenge run. We're just going to relax. We're going to play together. We're just going to chill. You're going to tell me about how your farm is going. You're going to give me some tips and tricks. If you feel there's tips and tricks, you go right for it. And yeah, that's just how this is going to go. I'm just going to, again, just clear out some space here. Now, what I ideally like to do is I want to make like a little tree farm going. And with that, with the little tree farm, it's going to help. Now, I want one more piece of mixed seed here just to fill this out. You know what I mean? So, what time is it? 10 p.m. If we can find one more mixed seed, I'll be a happy boy. But that has to come in somewhere, and I don't know where. Oh my goodness, there's wood everywhere, and I can't see what I'm doing. One mixed seed, please. Really all I ask for. I don't ask for much in life. I don't think we're going to get a mixed seed before we got to get to bed. That's a problem, and I hate it. I hate it when I'm looking for one thing in particular. And remember that time I said, oh man, I can farm up mixed seeds and I don't need to worry? Well, guess what? Now I'm worrying. It's not absolutely critical that we get it. It's just, it would be nice to have. You know what I mean? It would be nice to have. Doesn't look like it's going to happen for us, though. In all honesty, it doesn't look like it's going to happen for us, which is, you know, it makes me sad. Oh, hold on. There it is. Mixed seed. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Please. Thank you. See, this is why I want to get rid of the trees and everything. I don't know how the farm can get, like, overgrown like this, but damn. Damn, Grandpa. Damn, Grandpappy. Why you do this, Grandpappy? And we'll go to bed for the night. And we got a little bit of foraging and fishing stuff done. Perfect. Beautiful. Absolute harmony and bliss for us. But that's all the time I have for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing for more Stardew Valley Expanded. I'm excited for the series. I hope you are too. Let me know how your farm is going. What did you name your farm? What's your favorite thing? Did you go for a cat and a dog, or a cat or a dog, whichever one you chose? Let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, Uncle Rusty says, if you're not farming, your fishing. Hello there, Uncle Rusty here. Welcome back to Blacksmith Master. Today, to sort out our shop. That's what we need to do. We need to sort out our cash flow problems. Now,